Yeah.
Everyone else, big deal, whoa. And then Mando would come out and be like, dude, did you know you can subscribe to onlywrestlers.com and keep in touch with your favorite wrestlers? The party never has to end.
One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Here's another question from Ricky Jordan. Thanks for the $5, Ricky. How cool did it feel to come out to your WWE intro when the pyro went off? And were there any accidents?
Hey, DB. I could be eating my dogs. Did you hear that?
No.
I don't remember any accidents. I remember like one time that was close. You know, like I jumped up in the corner and did one of these things in the second rope. As soon as I jumped off, Kane's pyro went off out of the corner. And that was a big deal because everyone was like, "Oh my God, you know, you look like we were like, get down from there," and everybody panicked but me because I didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
But besides that, I wasn't a fan of the pyro. Hey, DB. I wasn't a big fan of the pyro. And I get it now. It's part of the presentation. And if you're a fan thinking like, wow, that'd be so cool to be a wrestler, then you probably imagine coming out with a bunch of bright lights and stuff like that. As I mentioned, part of Sheik's training was not traditional. And in another way that it wasn't, I didn't get taught to do TV wrestling.
Yeah.
I was taught to wrestle, and throughout my whole career, like I never, I would have to think about camera angles sometimes. It wasn't just like second nature. Like people that get trained, like they as soon as they learn to lock up, they're like, okay, now which way is the camera? And that's not at all how I was trained. Years and years of experience before I got on or got used to the TVs and started, adapting that. So even with the pyro, if you remember when I did the speech in the ECW One Night Stand, the first one, 2005, one of the things I said, and I was pointing out JBL and all the guys sitting up there in SmackDown, the SmackDown guys, and I was saying is my first shoot promo that anyone in WWE had heard, speaking from my heart, and I said, we don't need you motherfuckers up there. We don't need all the bright lights and fucking, we don't need any of that shit. Just give us one night to be ourselves. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant by that, was like the pyro, the bright lights. And now, I mean, holy shit, like it looks like the entrances cost $1 million,
Right.
I saw a couple that were incredible. One of them was the Barbie house. Holy fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But then there was a couple other ones like that. That wasn't part of my training. It wasn't part of something I wanted. That wasn't something that I yearned for, was to have a really cool entrance that made me look cool. I just wanted to fucking go out there and wrestle. And I always felt like my pyro was lame. I felt like it looked like sparklers compared to everyone else,
Yeah.
Everyone else, big deal, whoa. And then mine would come out and be like, and it was just, it looked like sparklers that would just fall down, and it burnt my eyes. I would come through. That was a big problem a lot when I was in WWE. I would come through and I'd be like, fuck. By the time I'm getting to the ring, I'm grabbing either Lillian Garcia or sometimes it'd be,
Kyoto?
Sometimes it would be Kyoto, the referee. And also the ring announcer that's Justin.
Justin Roberts?
Sometimes I would grab him, and it burnt so bad that I, complained about it one time. And I can't remember what they did. They modified it or something to try to change it. But I always thought, like that's one of the things, I didn't understand, was you put $10,000 into one guy's entrance, and then you put $10 into another guy's entrance. How's there not supposed to be a comparison made? How's there not supposed to be, you know, envy and competitive fucking ugly feelings about it? I never could understand that. Just like with the posters at the airport when you come in for WrestleMania and everyone's got their posters stringing down, I'd be like, there's no RVD poster. Like, how am I supposed to just be like, oh, that's cool, you know? Like, I always felt like it's somebody's choice, you know, but it never stopped. You know, how come he's doing the commercials? You know, how come they pick those guys to do the commercials and do the movies, and how come they never pick me? And then when I get a part on my own, they turn it down. You know, like, there's always things like that, and that's where the politics are. And the politics are when they have their own agenda that you can't describe with straight up business, and then decisions are made to follow that agenda that's beneath the surface.
Yeah. There's so many different layers, and it's a matter of like, association too. It's like maybe if somebody else got a certain role, hey, we would embrace it a little bit more, but then like somebody else, no, we need you for this. Or I also remember too when Batista came back. 2014 maybe it was. Either way, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was the first one of that, and it was like WrestleMania. He was part of Triple H and Randy Orton and all that stuff, but they didn't announce or promote that movie whatsoever, and then it took off like gangbusters after the fact. It like became a blockbuster hit, and like obviously like just changed his whole career. So like I always kind of consider that too when I'm thinking about the movie roles and, you know, all that stuff coming into play too. And yeah, it's pretty wild.
Even like if there'd be like a celebrity, which I've always been I don't want to say disappointed, but it's always irked me a little bit, like when they have celebrities come in and then wrestle and then make it look like anybody can do it. You know, Jeremy Piven comes in and does a crossbody off the top rope, and you know,
Jon Stewart, he was another one.
Okay, yeah. So all of that, like, always, like, was cringy to me. But when a celebrity would come in and do something, a vignette, you know, a little skit with the wrestlers, same thing. I always wondered, like, well, how did they get picked? You know, and people would even be like, wait, Snoop Dogg's here and they didn't do anything with Rob, they're missing the boat. It's like, how do they decide, you know, no, we want Snoop Dogg to do something with Cena or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And it's all, I mean, that's where politics come in, but that's something that I've never enjoyed about the business was the politics.
Yo, I bet it would drive you nuts. And it's like, if you have a creative mind and you have your own ideas and, you know, it makes sense. And it also logistically makes sense. Like RVD and Snoop Dogg, and it doesn't happen. You're like, what the F? You know? Were you around when Bob Barker was the guest host? I can't remember if you. I don't think you were. I don't think.
No, but I remember he was at WrestleMania one time when I was. It was one of the first ones, like WrestleMania 2 or 3, maybe 3.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Oh, you might be thinking of Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker.
Maybe I am. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. I thought it was the don't get your dogs neutered guy. It was Mr. Baseball.
He was the baseball commentator. Yep.
See you, have fun.
Yeah. No, that was good. Hey, what's up, man? Yes, springtime is here. And guess what? You want to smell great. You don't want to be that wrestling fan that smells bad. And hey, no offense, but there's a lot of them. And you always got to dot your I's and cross your T's when that comes to that. Smelling good. But there's no better way to smell good and smell better. Smell like you want to smell with Mando. I love Mando. They've been a great sponsor of ours for quite a while now, and it's always good to have them on board. I'm a huge Mount Fuji advocate, and I always feel great. The spray is awesome. The bar of soap is tremendous. I love the bar of soap. And the deodorant stick itself, it's great. You cannot beat it, and they have so many options that you can combine and get in with your starter pack too. So let's get to it. Mando is such a great product, and I just love the aspects of it all when it comes to what my everyday life. If I'm in a pinch and everything like that, I just use that deodorant spray anywhere, and then you smell dang. You smell dang good. Doesn't even matter. So there's whole body deodorant, and it was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was misdiagnosed and mistreated. All products are baking soda free and paraben free as well. So you can choose from a variety of scents like bourbon leather, which is really good. That's a good choice. Clover Woods. Not familiar with that one, but I am very familiar with Mount Fuji, which is my number one. Or you can get Pro Sport too if you're super duper active and you like to make sure you're smelling good at the gym too. I always do that too. Mount Fuji covers those bases as well. So without further ado, Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash and the deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get $5 off starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code RVD at shopmando.com. SHOPMANDO.com. Love saying that. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. Have better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong it'll knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off. Bam! You'll have to move towns with the amount of noise you'll be making. Uh-oh. Blue Chew Max has arrived, and it combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable tablet. This combo acts fast and lasts. Guys, be ready when she needs it and get your first month of Blue Chew free. Great sex is a few clicks away. Sign up at bluechew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the US of A and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. We've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code RUMOR. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code RUMOR. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.